I don't know about you guys, but do you have days where you wake up and feel like you are on top of the world? There's nothing that you can't do. You're full of energy, enthusiasm, and optimism. Everything you touch turns to gold. Now, chances are, if you've ever had days like that, you've also had days where you wake up and feel like, how am I going to get through this day? You don't seem to have the capability to do what you say you're going to do. How do you increase the frequency of those confident days? How do you turn a potentially bad day into a good day? Let me share with you 3 habits to instantly boost your confidence and turn your life around. So what are those top 3 habits that will turn a potentially bad day into an awesome, fantastic day where you are on fire? Well, let me share with you. Habit number 1 is to just do it, or as we say, just get started. Habit number 2 is floors versus ceilings. I'll explain to you what that means in a minute. And the third habit is do what you say you are going to do. But what's really important is to first off look at what habits are. I actually wrote a best-selling book that was published in multiple languages called Habit Busting. Why? Because it's all about habits. It was Aristotle that said excellence is not an act. You are what we repeatedly do. It's all about habits. If you can install the habits of success in your life, then there's nothing that you can't do. And when it comes to confidence, well, confidence means intense trust. Learning to trust yourself that each and every single day, you can start your day on the right foot. Look, a great life, it doesn't happen by chance, it happens by design. And so many people live their life by chance. With all the work that I have done, working with people who have literally turned their lives around, they have done it by the installation of habits. You have to start every single day with intention, rather than just leaving it to the flipping of a coin and almost leaving it to chance. So the first thing to understand is that you've just got to do it. Now, you've probably heard of the company Nike. Now, Nike are known for their phrase of just do it. But what we say, rather than just do it, just get started. Why? Well, there is a part of our brain that wants to keep us where we are. If we're going to do something that requires effort, it's going to require some form of almost getting uncomfortable. There's a part of your brain that will go, don't do that. Let's conserve what we have. Let's stay where we are. But if you always stay where you've always been, you'll always get what you have always got. The challenge that we have is to just get started. Why? Because once you just get started, the inspiration that you're looking for starts to flow. The best example I can give you of this is exercise. The hardest thing to do is just to start. The hardest thing to do is to put on your shoes and start walking, or get on your exercise bike, or whatever your exercise of choice is. So many people, they don't feel like it, but once they get in the game, the feelings that they want to get, they come to them, and it's hard for people to stop. So rather than just do it, just get started. Every single day, just get started with whatever it is that you need to do for you to make sure that you have a good day. The second habit is understanding floors and ceilings, and these really work well together. We put so much pressure on ourselves. I must meditate for 20 minutes. I must keep a journal for 10 minutes. I must exercise for 40 minutes. And that also can put pressure on ourselves. So once you get in the game, tell yourself, you know what? The floor of doing this is I'll do a minute of that. A minute of journaling, a minute of exercise, a minute of meditating, and then you're in the game. That's the floor. What is the ceiling? Well, the ceiling could be whatever you want it to be, but this is all about getting in the game. Look, every single day we are on top of the world. Think about it. Have you ever had the feeling like you're on top of the world? Well, it's a choice, because wherever you are in the world, you are actually on top of the world. And if we live life by chance, you'll be a victim to how you felt in the past. It's absolutely essential that you live with intentionality. You live by making decisions that move you in the direction that you want to go. And the last habit is to do what you say you're going to do. Look, confidence is about trust, trusting yourself. And so many people, they say they're going to do something and they don't do it. And what's really important to understand is how many times in your life have you started something and not done it? How many times in your life have you said, this is what I'm going to do, and you set yourself up to do it, to only talk yourself out of it? Now, when we do this, there's a part of our brain that remembers every single failed attempt. These habits are so easy to do, but I promise you, if you apply them, they will transform your life. Be a person of your word. Start to build up some evidence of success. And the more you do this, the more confident you will feel. The more you will start to trust yourself. And look, the last thing I want to say, it's not one of these habits, but it's really something I want you to have in mind. There is something that is known as habit suicide. What does that mean? Well, basically it means if you started to do something, and often it can take real effort to get into the groove of behaving in a way that you wouldn't normally behave. If you stop doing that habit for a day, most people can get away with it. But if one day becomes 2 days and 2 days becomes 3 days, that's what we call habit suicide, because it's almost then becomes extremely difficult to start again. Look, we do live in a world right now where there is so much possibility for us to get better mentally, physically, emotionally. It all revolves around habits. So be a person of your word, set floors and ceilings with what you do so you set yourself up for success. And don't just do it, just get started each and every single day. And I promise you, this is the recipe for success. This is where the magic is. Your future, it's unwritten, and you have the power to change. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.